Hello students, how are you? I hope you're all doing well. I am Rakhi from GSS Sangawal, Ludhiana. Today I am here with you to present my topic that is on the story of Happy Prince, lesson 1 from our main course book written by Oscar Wilde. But before we start our lesson, let me ask you some questions please. So students, my first question is, what do you want to become in your life? And the second one is, what are the qualities of a good human being? So, students, some of you might want to become actors, some of you might want to become doctors, some of you might want to become teachers, some of you might want to become pilots. But before becoming anyone else, we must have to become a good human being. And for that, we have to know what are the qualities of a good human being. They are kindness, honesty, politeness, truthfulness, etc. Actually, these are essentials quality of a good human being. So students, as I have already told you that today we will study the lesson 1 of our main course book, that is Happy Prince, written by Oscar Wilde. We have discussed these questions because this is a story of Prince who was a really good human being, and this lesson depicts his qualities. So let us start reading. High above the city, on a tall column, stood the statue of the Happy Prince. He was gilded all over with the thin leaves of the fine gold. For eyes, he had two bright sapphires, and a large red ruby glowed on his sword hilt. One night there flew over the city a little swallow. His friends had gone away to Egypt 6 weeks before, but he had stayed behind. Then he decided to go to Egypt too. All day long he flew, and at night time he arrived at the city. Where shall I put up? He said. I hope the town has made preparations. Then he saw the statue on the tall column. I will put up there, he cried. It is a fine position with plenty of fresh air. So he alighted just between the feet of the Happy Prince. I have a golden bedroom, he said softly to himself as he looked around, and he prepared to go to sleep. But just as he was putting his head under his wing, a large drop of water fell on him. What a curious thing, he cried. There is not a single cloud in the sky. The stars are quite clear and bright, and yet it is raining. Then another drop fell. What is the use of a statue if it cannot keep the rain off? He said. I must look for a good chimney pot. And he determined to fly away. But before he had opened his wings, a third drop fell, and he looked up and saw. Ah, what did he see? The eyes of Happy Prince were filled with tears, and tears were running down his golden cheeks. His face was so beautiful in the moonlight that the little swallow was filled with pity. Here, meanings of some difficult words have been given for you students. First word is gilded. Gilded is here used as an adjective. It means covered with gold. And the second word here which is used is in noun form. It means column means a pillar, a solid vertical post that supports a building. So students see these lines gives us the description about the Happy Prince. Actually, Happy Prince is not a living being. It is a statue of a prince which has been situated on a column in the middle of the city. So let us discuss that. The statue of Happy Prince stood on a high platform overlooking the city. The prince was the happy prince because when he was alive, he always remained very happy. Upon his death, a big statue of his was erected in the center of the city in his remembrance. The statue of this happy prince was covered with thin layers of gold, and instead of eyeballs, there were two bright shining sapphire stones, and in the handle of his sword, a bright ruby stone was placed. See, in the next lines, there is a description about swallow. Swallow is a tiny bird. Although it is not a human being, still the writer is referring to it as he and his. He says that all the friends of this swallow had flown to the Egypt 6 weeks ago. The bird did not go with them, but later it thought of going to Egypt to his friends, so it was on its way to Egypt. The bird kept on flying on its way to Egypt, and at night it reached the city of the happy prince. It wanted to stay somewhere for the night. It thinks upon where to stay at night. The bird says that hopefully the city has made some arrangements for it to stay. Obviously, the bird does not mean what it is saying. We can say that probably the word is being humorous here. Now, when the tiny bird saw this huge statue of Happy Prince, it thought of staying there for the night. So the bird thought that it was a good place to spend the night. There was shelter and a lot of fresh air. So the bird came and alighted. It stopped and sat in between the feet of statue of the happy prince. When the bird sat between the feet of happy prince, it was surrounded with gold. So it thought that it had a bedroom made of gold all around. As it was about to sleep, as it was putting his head under the wing, suddenly a large drop of water fell on it. The bird was surprised because all of a sudden a drop of water fell on it. It thought that neither was it raining nor the rainy season was going on. The swallow could not believe this because the sky was not cloudy and the stars were shining. Just then another drop of water fell on it. The swallow thought that the statue was useless because it was not able to protect it from the rain. So he thought he should not sleep under the statue. The swallow thought that it was better if it took shelter in the chimney pot of a house and thought to move away from there because the statue was not able to protect him from the rain. Before the bird flew away, the third drop of water fell on him and it looked up. What did he see? Let us find out that now. As soon as the bird looked up, he saw that the eyes of the happy prince statue was filled with tears. These drops of water were the teardrops falling from the golden cheeks of the statue. When the swallow looked at the face of the happy prince, it was looking beautiful in the moonlight. So before we move forward, let me just check what have you understood from these lines. Okay, tell me, where did the statue of happy prince stand? How was the statue decorated? It stood on a high column above the city, and the statue was gilded with gold. It had two bright sapphires for its size and a large ruby on its sword hilt. "Who are you?" he said. "I am the happy prince." "Why are you weeping then?" asked the swallow. "You have quite drenched me." "When I was alive and had a human heart," answered the statue, "I did not know what tears were, for I lived in the palace, where sorrow is not allowed to enter. My courtiers called me the happy prince, and happy indeed I was. So I lived, and so I died. And now that I am dead, they have set me up here so high that I can see the ugliness and all the misery of the city. And though my heart is made of lead, yet I cannot choose but weep. What? Is he not solid gold?" said the swallow to himself. He was too polite to make any personal remarks. "Far away," continued the statue in a low musical voice, "far away in a little street there is a poor house. One of the windows is open, and through it I can see a woman seated at a table. Her face is thin and worn, and she has coarse red hands, all pricked by the needle, for she is a seamstress. She is embroidering flowers on a satin gown for the loveliest of the queen's maids of honor to wear at the next court ball. In a bed in the corner of the room, her little boy is lying ill. He has fever and is asking his mother to give him oranges. His mother has nothing to give him but river water. So he is crying, 'Swallow, little swallow, will you not bring her the ruby out of my sword hilt? My feet are fastened to this pedestal, and I cannot move.' 'I am waited for in Egypt,' said the swallow. 'My friends are flying up and down the Nile and talking to the lotus flowers. Soon they will go to sleep.' The prince asked the swallow to stay with him for one night and be his messenger. The boy is so thirsty and the mother so sad, he said. 'I don't think I like boys,' answered the swallow. 'I want to go to Egypt.' But the happy prince looked so sad that the little swallow was sorry. 'It is very cold here,' he said, but he agreed to stay with him for one night and be his messenger. 'Thank you, little swallow,' said the prince. So before understanding text, let us discuss meanings of some difficult word. The first word is drenched. It means completely wet. The second word is court ball here. It means dance. It is used as an adjective here. Third word here used is coarse. It is also an adjective word, students. It means rough. And fourth word here is a noun word, that is seamstress, a woman who earns her living by stitching clothes. And the last word here is pedestal, that is a noun word. It means a base or a platform for the statue. The little bird's heart was filled with pity for the weeping statue. It asked the statue that who it was. The statue replied that it was the happy prince. The swallow thought that the statue was of happy prince, but it was crying. The bird asked the statue that why it was crying. It added that it had soaked it with its tears. The happy prince narrated his story to the swallow. The happy prince said that when he was alive and he had a human heart. Human heart means the heart which beats is alive. At that time, he was not aware what tears were and what was sorrow, as he lived in a palace where there was happiness all around. All the people who used to work in his court used to call him Happy Prince because he used to be happy all the time and he had not seen sorrow at all. And he said that he lived happily and died in happiness only. But now, when he was dead, they had put him so high in the form of statue on a pedestal that he could see the whole city and the ugliness of the city. He could see that there were so many people living in the misery, lack of food, hunger, money, homelessness. Now, when the statue had a heart made of lead, a metal although it did not have any feelings, then also when it saw all the sadness, it became sad and wept. And when the happy prince was telling his sad story to the swallow, he was thinking about something else in his mind. The bird wondered that the statue of a prince was not made of gold. It was a surprise to him. It thought that from outside the statue is covered with gold, but as it said that the heart was made of lead and not of gold, it realized that it was hollow and was not made of solid gold. He saw that the statue was very sad and was crying, so he did not make any personal remarks. He did not comment anything about the statue because it was giving value to the statue's feelings. The statue continued its story. It spoke in a very musical voice that far away there was a house of a poor woman. The window of her house was open and it could see through the window that she was sitting near the table. Her face was thin and she was tired. Her hands were rough and had become red because they had been pricked by the needle. The woman was a seamstress. She was embroidering flowers on a satin gown for the queen's maid, who would walk along with the queen during the court ball. The statue said that the lady who was embroidering the gown had a little child who was not well. He was suffering from fever and was asking his mom to give him oranges. His mother was very poor. She had no money. She could only give him water, that also river water. And that is why the little boy was crying. So the happy princess statue requested the swallow to take out the ruby stone from the handle of its sword and give it to the lady. It added that its feet was fastened to the platform, because of which it could not move. The swallow replied that it had to go to Egypt. Its friends were waiting for it. The swallow said that its friends were in Egypt. They were flying near the Nile River and talking to the large lotus flowers which grew there. Soon they would go to sleep, and so it wanted to reach Egypt at the earliest. The statue requested the swallow to stay with him for one night. He asked him to be his messenger and work on its behalf. He said that the boy was very thirsty and his mother was very sad, so it should go and give the ruby stone to her. Once again, the swallow opposed his request and said that it did not like boys, so why should it help that boy? Moreover, it had to go to Egypt. The prince was so sad that the swallow felt sorry for him. It said that it was very cold there, but it would stay with him for one night, and the next morning it would do his work. The happy prince thanked him. So students, before I explain this text to you, let me explain the meanings of some difficult word. First word here is slumber. It is a noun word here. It means sleep. And second word here is commissions. Commissions is also used as a noun here. It means some special business or duty. Third word here used is hop. It is a verb. It means to move by jumping on one foot, move in short jumps. And last word used here is a mast. It is also a noun word. It means a tall pole or upright structure on a ship. The swallow picked out the great ruby from the prince's sword and flew away with it in his beak over the roofs of the town. He passed by the cathedral tower, where the white marble angels were sculptured. He passed by the palace and heard the sound of dancing. A beautiful girl came out on the balcony with her lover. I hope my dress will be ready in time for the state ball, she said. I have ordered flowers to be embroidered on it, but the seamstresses are so lazy. He passed over the river and saw the lanterns hanging on the masts of the ship. At last, he came to the poor house and looked in. The boy was tossing feverishly on his bed, and the mother had fallen asleep. She was so tired. In he hopped and laid the great ruby on the table beside the woman's thimble. Then he flew gently round the bed, fanning the boy's forehead with his wings. How cool I feel, said the boy. I must be getting better. And he sank into delicious slumber. Then the swallow flew back to the happy prince and told him what he had done. It is curious, he remarked, but I feel quite warm now, although it is so cold. That is because you have done a good action, said the prince. And the little swallow began to think, and then fell asleep. Thinking always made him sleepy. When the moon rose, he flew back to the happy prince. Have you any commissions for Egypt? He cried. I am just starting. Swallow, swallow, little swallow, said the prince. Will you stay with me one night longer? I am waited for in Egypt, answered the swallow. Finally, the swallow took out the ruby stone from the happy prince's foot, and the bird took the ruby in its beak and flew over the town. As this swallow was on its way to the poor woman's house, it passed the cathedral. Cathedral means a church, and on the church tower, white-colored marble angels were sculptured. Then he reached the palace. He crossed the palace and he could hear the sound of dancing from inside the palace. When the swallow was crossing over the palace, a girl came out on the balcony along with her lover. She was hoping that the gown which she had given to the seamstress for embroidering would be ready on time. She was talking about same gown on which the lady was doing embroidery to whom the bird had to give the ruby stone. When the swallow flew over the river, ships also came along the way. Lanterns were hanging on their sails. Finally, the swallow reached the woman's house. The boy was suffering from fever, and for that reason, he was not even able to sleep. And he was turning left and right on his bed, and his mother was very tired due to working hard for long and had fallen asleep. The swallow put the ruby stone on the table near the thimble. Students, thimble basically means a metal or plastic cap with closed end. It is worn to protect the finger and push the needle in swing. After keeping the ruby stone on the table, the swallow went near the boy, as his mother was sleeping and no one was taking care of him. It shook its wings near him, because of which the boy could feel the cool air and felt better. The boy felt that he was getting better and went to sleep. With this, we can make out that swallow was a kind-hearted bird. Now the swallow flew back and went to the statue of Happy Prince and told him what all he had done. Now the bird felt warm. It says that it was very strange that it was feeling little warm even though the weather was very cold. The prince said that it was feeling warm because it had done a good deed. It had helped someone. After listening to Happy Prince, the swallow started thinking, and when he started thinking, he felt sleepy because whenever he thought, he used to feel sleepy. And when it was night and the moon rose in the sky, the swallow went to Happy Prince and sought permissions to leave for Egypt. Now again, Happy Prince requested Swallow to stay with him for one more night, and Swallow replied that he needed to go to Egypt because his friends were waiting for him. So, students, the Happy Prince was a beautiful statue. He was covered with gold. He had sapphires for his eyes and a ruby on his sword hilt. When alive, the prince lived in the palace, where no soul was allowed to enter. He did not know what tears were. His courtiers called him the Happy Prince. After death, his statue had been set up very high. He could see all the sorrows and miseries of the poor people. The little swallow was doing whatever the prince directed him to do. The swallow helped the seamstress with the ruby from the sword hilt of the Happy Prince. So, students, as you know, time constraint is there. So, we read the remaining chapter in the next session. And now it is time for homework. So, students, we have already discussed these questions in the text. Now you have to write down answer of these questions in your notebooks. First question is, why was the prince called the Happy Prince? You know it very well. And the second one is, I cannot choose but weep. Why did the prince say so? So, students, till for the next time, have a nice day and stay tuned and study hard.